Hi there. Welcome back to Dreamkatcher Daily. Today, we arrive at card 12 in the Major Arcana, the Hangman. In our last lesson, we explored justice, a card of truth, fairness, and accountability. Justice reminded us that choices carry weight and that balance must be restored through honesty and integrity. Now, the journey pauses. The Hangman is not about punishment or loss, but about surrender. It asks us to let go of control, to trust the pause, and to see life from a completely different angle. This card invites us to consider what wisdom can be found in waiting. Where are we being asked to release control? And how might a shift in perspective open the door to enlightenment? The Hangman reminds us, stillness is not emptiness. Sometimes the pause itself is the place of the greatest transformation. The Hangman is card 12. 12 reduces to 3 in numerology, and 3 is the number of creativity, expression, and growth. But here, growth comes not through motion, but through suspension. 12 is also a sacred number. 12 hours of day, 12 hours of night, 12 months of the year, 12 zodiac signs. It represents wholeness, completion of cycles. Yet, in tarot, 12 marks a pause in the cycle, a moment when movement halts so that insight can break through. Where in your life do you need to pause in order to grow? This card is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusion, and transcendence. Neptune dissolves boundaries and invites us into spiritual surrender. Its lesson is that not all clarity comes through logic. Some comes through trust, imagination, and release. The element is water, fluid, emotional, and intuitive. Water teaches us that strength can be soft. By yielding, it carves valleys and reshapes the land. The Hangman carries that same message. Surrender is not weakness. It is a different form of power. The card from top to bottom. The gray sky. The backdrop of this card is gray, unlike the bright yellow skies of awareness in our other major arcana cards. Gray is neutrality, neither storm nor sun. It represents suspension, the in-between space where nothing is decided, but all is possible. The man hangs from a living tree, its roots strong in the earth, its branches reaching upward. The crossbeam forms the Tau cross, an ancient symbol of sacrifice and initiation. This reminds us that his suspension is not accidental. It is sacred offering. Around the crossbeam grow green vines and leaves, symbols of vitality and renewal. They show that even in stillness, life is flourishing. The pause is not barren, but fertile, preparing new growth. He hangs upside down by one ankle, with his free leg bent across his knee, forming a figure 4. This shape creates a triangle within a cross, a symbol of spirit united with matter. His posture teaches us that new visions come when we invert the way we see the world. His pants are bright red, the color of passion, energy, and life force. Yet here that fire is restrained, turned inward. The Hanged Man reminds us that restraint can be as powerful as action. His shirt is blue, the color of calm, wisdom, and spiritual clarity. The fire of red is balanced by the serenity of blue, teaching that true power comes from harmony between energy and peace. On his feet are yellow slippers, the color of awareness and illumination. Even at the lowest point of his body, he radiates light. His steps forward, once released, will be conscious and enlightened. Around his head shines a radiant golden halo, the ancient sign of spiritual awakening. This is the gift of his suspension. By surrendering, he has found enlightenment. His pause had led to illumination. The Hanged Man does not suffer. His face is calm, serene, at peace. This tells us his suspension is voluntary, chosen. He has accepted the pause, knowing that wisdom comes when we let go. The Hanged Man teaches that sometimes the greatest movement comes from stillness. What looks like suspension can be transformation in disguise. By pausing, by surrendering, we're trusting the process. We open ourselves to new vision. Where might a shift in perspective change everything? Upright, the Hanged Man calls for patience, perspective, and surrender. In relationships, it can mean giving space, stepping back, or choosing to see things from the other person's side. In career, it often points to delays, projects on hold, promotions paused. But the pause has purpose. It allows you to see what you might otherwise miss. In personal growth, the Hanged Man is the invitation to flip our viewpoint. By inverting your perspective, you may discover truths that were hidden in plain sight. Reversed, the Hanged Man warns of resistance. Instead of surrender, it shows stubbornness. Instead of illumination, it suggests stagnation. In relationships, it can reveal unhealthy sacrifice, giving endlessly without receiving in return. In career, it may point to wasted energy or procrastination. The pause has turned into avoidance. In personal growth, it signals fear of release, knowing what must be surrendered but holding back. The Hanged Man reminds us stillness is not weakness. Suspension is not failure. What looks like delay may be the very thing that leads to transformation. In our next lesson, we explore card 13, Death, a card of endings, transformation, and renewal. Thank you for joining me on today's journey. If this message brought you clarity, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who may need the reminder. See you next time on Dreamkatcher Daily.